Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I did not plan to start recording while I was feeding, but something happened, and that was that when I came in the milk room to fix Peaches and Pocket's food, these little guys were cutting up. So I thought that y'all might enjoy watching them for a minute while I get their food prepared. We need the weather to improve. These little guys need to get outside and stretch their legs. They've got a pretty good size area in here, but still, they are absolutely bonkers. They're not doing it now, of course. I'm gonna turn the camera around and see if they won't start back where they were while I'm fixing the food. I don't know what prompted them to get the zoomies. It really doesn't take anything usually, but as soon as I walked in the door, they started. And I said, why couldn't I have been filming while I was preparing the food? Y'all look how big Opie is. And little fella back there, he's got a lot of growing to do. But it won't be long before he'll be catching up with his little friend here, or big friend here, I should say. And they will both be gigantic fellas. All right, y'all gonna stop now, huh? Okay, well, Peaches said I got to get her fed first. And this video is going to be about an animal that attacked me. It was not you guys. I'll go ahead and give that away. It was not you guys. You know, maybe one day y'all will pull an earring out. Oh, I did. They did, because you can see I'm not wearing a ring. I wear a silicone wedding band, and Mr. Opie decided to pull that off my hand. But that's not the attack that happened. I can tell you that I fed Matilda already. She's not the culprit either. She's a sweet girl that would never do anything to hurt her mama. So Matilda, she's out of the question. All right, got to get Peaches on one side. All right, come here, big girl. I gotta get you fed. I'm gonna feed you in here this morning, girl. It's getting kind of chilly outside, and if you can be fed in your stall, then why not, right? All right, wait for it. Wait, good girl. Good girl, you're so mannerly. All right, so you're off the hook too, it wasn't you. You're a good girl. You never cause any drama, create any problems, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Peaches being drama-free. So I'm gonna go let the goats out, check on the cows this morning, and see if they had anything to do with this attack that happened. Before I go any further, I must inform you guys that Sylvester didn't have anything to do with it either. He's the sweetest cat. So is Bramble, so is Biscuit. They're not here right now. Uh-oh, there's Dee Dee. It wasn't Dee Dee either. Sylvester's a sweetheart. He would never hurt his mama intentionally. May have scratched me from time to time, but unintentional. He's a good boy. So you're off the hook too. Well, good morning, Wide Load. How are you doing? We're still trying to get a vet over to examine her and possibly see what we're looking at as far as how far along Miss Tater may be. Tip, it wasn't you. You're a bad boy sometimes, but I must say, I don't think you've ever, like, attacked me, so to speak. You've headbutted me. You've caused a lot of drama here on the farm, but you've never attacked me. How about y'all? Was it any of you guys? Y'all are all sweethearts. Look at what they did overnight. If you saw my last video, I constructed what I thought was gonna be the perfect mineral feeder for the goats, and I used what I had on hand. Appreciate all the advice from you guys telling me things that you thought I could use to make it better, but I used what I had on hand. I didn't want to go to the store and buy anything, and it worked out well after I got the angle right, but they pulled it off the plumbing strap. And you can see my strap's still there. So how they did that, I don't know. If you saw the way Bootsy was headbutting it, I shouldn't be questioning how they did that. But yeah, some of their minerals are still in the bottom of the bucket here that I put on to keep them from spilling out. I'm just going to have to secure that a little bit better. So they had a party with it last night. But none of my goats attacked me. Jessie, it wasn't you, was it? Where's your BFF this morning anyway? Where's Honey? Oh, I see her. She's back over with the goats on the other side of the hay bale. Well, I'm not looking for Honey to tell on her. She wasn't any part of the bad activity. What are you guys doing? Are you babies doing? Y'all are not so babies anymore. Honey, you didn't have anything to do with it, did you? No, Honey's a sweet girl too. Okay, so we've marked off all the animals here at the barn. It wasn't any of them. So who could have attacked me that I would not expect? I had my guard down. I mean, I am always cautious around Moody. And I would not say anything that Moody did to me would be considered an attack anyway. He has a big head and he swings it around, and anything that happened would be accidental. And I totally respect him. Jason does too. We're not scared of him. We respect him. And we know that anything can happen when we go in there with him. So our guard's never down. We're always on our toes. And I wouldn't consider anything that happened with Moody to be purposeful. This particular incident was totally on purpose. And I totally don't appreciate it. Now, what are your guesses? Who do you think could have intentionally caused harm to their caretaker? So I have sweet Aunt Bee in here with some other silky hens. I did not put shavings down intentionally because I don't anticipate this is where these girls are going to stay. And I am sweeping up the debris that they leave behind in order to keep this stall clean, because I want to move the boy emus back in here when the weather gets a little bit warmer in order to let them run from one stall to another. So I've got all the hens in here right now with the light because obviously it's been a bit chilly. But none of these girls caused the problem either. It's not any one of these sweet girls. And I see an egg. And I know who the culprit was. It was this mama over here in the corner under the light. The mama to all of these ladies in here. She's the egg layer. So let me grab that up and get it out of here. Now, we do eat these. We keep these for ourselves because they're much smaller eggs than what we sell at the farm stand. So we keep these for ourselves. They're not in a nesting box that rolls out, so they do get a little bit dirty, but I need to go see if Peaches has finished her breakfast so I can let her out. I make sure that I keep this gate shut because, well, let's just say that Pookie, Pocket, is very food motivated, and she will try to consume Peaches' leftovers. And we don't want that to happen, so I always shut that stall and wait on Peaches to get finished before I do indeed let Pocket out. Kisses this morning, sweet girl? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I see a little something on your mouth. Does that mean it's going to be all over my face? No, I'm pretty clean, aren't I? Okay. Ew, goodness gracious. You might require a wet rag to clean me up. I didn't anticipate kisses from Pocket this morning. Okay, girl, I'm going to get your hay while Peaches finishes up. I'm going to get Pocket some hay, and then maybe she doesn't get in a hurry. You know what? While she's a pig and she's very food motivated too. Oh my goodness, look at my jacket. If this has anything to do with what my face looks like, I'm in trouble. Oh, that's in my hair. She left me a mark on my jacket, so I have a feeling she left me a mark on the side of my face. But Peaches doesn't get in a big hurry when she's eating. She takes her time. She doesn't want anybody bothering her. So we respect that, and we leave her gate closed until she's completely finished. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get your hay. Ugh, I love you, Pocket. All right, big girl. Make sure you get every morsel. We wouldn't want any to go to waste, would we? Absolutely not. Make sure you clean that bowl up good. We don't need a dishwasher. We need it to be put on the shelf, put in the cabinet, away to where you can use it in the morning, and we won't have to clean this bowl. I'm gonna scoot by you for just a minute and grab Pookie's hay basket. Keep Pookie a square bale in the barn now, so it's much easier than me trying to pull off these big bales. I did that for a long time until it's like it got to a point where it was so compact that I couldn't pull anymore. Hey, Bramble, what you doing, buddy? I hadn't seen you this morning. You a good kitty. So I put the Bahia hay on the bottom and then the alfalfa on the top. And if I don't do that, do y'all know what she does? She roots all the other hay out to get to the alfalfa first. And I've got a brand new bale of alfalfa here, so I need to go get something and cut this band off so I can get to it. She probably wouldn't even eat this hay if I didn't mix it with the alfalfa. She just doesn't care about it. Eventually, she eats it all, but oh, y'all, I gotta go wash my face. I'm kind of gonna use this for my mirror. Hope y'all don't mind. I need to see what I have on me because it doesn't, oh my. It doesn't show up in the camera. I can't see exactly how bad my face was, but I also could feel it. I could feel a little wetness. Yeah, I'd say she got a little slobber on me. Little, hey, can I borrow those? A little dry paper towel to wipe all the moisture off. And I got a red face, but at least all that is gone. All right, so I got my hay bale cut to get the alfalfa out. Came out of the milk room and Pookie let out a little whinny to let me know to hurry up and bring her hay. So I better get on it. This alfalfa is so dusty. You know, my other hay is not this dusty, but the alfalfa, oh my goodness. And we can't grow alfalfa here in Alabama, so all the alfalfa that we get is trucked in. I have been able to find a couple of bales that feed supply stores have bought from farmers that aren't local. But if I can't find it, I just go to a big box store and buy these compressed bales, like you can see right here. And it lasts her a good long time. It's not like I'm going through a lot of it because I do mix the two types of hay per Dr. D's instructions. I think Peaches may be finished. I'm gonna go on out and get, y'all, she can't wait on her hay. Pocket, look baby, you go down here. Look, there's your alfalfa, breakfast, dessert first. You always have to have the dessert first, don't you? She starts at the end and works her way down. You see, she's pushing that other hay out of the way so she can indeed get to the alfalfa. Now you may wonder why I don't put it up here, because I don't give her enough. She's not eating enough hay for me to justify putting it up here, so I just put it in the bottom, and she can scoot it around and push it back and do whatever she needs to do to get to the good hay. Let's let Peaches out so I can carry on. You got that plate pretty clean. I give you an A+. I'm going to take this from you. I'm sorry. No, not my fingers. Not my fingers. I don't have anything for you to eat. But you feel free to carry on and go outside and do your business. That's empty. There's nothing on the floor. She cleaned the bowl. She got it almost spotless. So I always take her bowl up, put it here for the next day, and carry on to the next part of our journey. All right, pretty girl, it wasn't you. You're off the hook. It wasn't you, and it wasn't your rooster friends. So I am going to make a pit stop before I head out the barn and get me something that I can use to defend myself so this attack doesn't happen again. So when this happened, obviously, my guard was down. I have never had this happen to me in the past. So I wasn't anticipating it ever happening. This morning, I'm going to take a look at the tools that we have lined up right here. And I am going to be prepared for what happened to happen again. Now this right here, this looks perfect. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of paddle that somebody gave us a long time ago for loading cows, but it's real lightweight and it's got a real thin handle. So I think that this will be perfect for me to carry with me. And I'm not going to hit anything, but I'm simply going to have it in my hand in case anything happens. So with what I have in my hand, you guys can probably figure out where I'm going next. And this is where the action happened. So I got my paddle. I don't know if I can fit through this door. I got too many egg cartons to take back. We accumulate them in the milk room when we unload eggs, and there comes a time when you run out of baskets and containers and we take them back. And that's what's got to happen today. I've got to take all the egg gathering baskets back to the coop. So here's what happened. I'll tell y'all what I've been seeing a lot of here at the farm over the past week or two, and that is robins. Robins are a bird that typically, to me, indicates spring's on the way. And we have had springtime weather up until this past weekend. A cold front has come through, and it's a very good indicator to me that we've got more winter weather on the way. But robins are everywhere, and I'm just hoping that this is an indicator, as what I've known all my life, that springtime is indeed near. This doesn't happen very often, but it's happening today, and that is a hen is on the loose. Very rarely do we have a hen that flies over the net, and got one on the loose. And I tell y'all, I used to could catch a chicken with no problem. But as I've gotten older, which I'm not saying I'm old, but we all grow older a year at a time. And as I've gotten older, I have realized that I cannot catch a chicken like I once could. So when I find one on the loose like this, I have to call Jason and ask for help. And this lady, I'll give it a shot 1 or 2 times. But if she slips out of my hands, like what usually happens, I'm gonna have to call in reinforcements. Boy, y'all are not starving. Corn cannot be that good. All right, y'all, I got a lot of supplies in my hand, so first thing I gotta do is turn this fence off so I don't get shocked. I'm not going in there yet. I'm gonna go cut the water on and get my paddle situated, because this is where the action happened. Now, who was the culprit? Was it Ryan the roaster? Ryan the rooster roaster? Was it that pretty guy back there? Was it him? Was it one of these beautiful ladies in here? Got a little bantam rooster right there. He's a little neck and neck. Was it him? Or was it that big white thing right there? Cheese? Was it? It couldn't have been Cheese. He's too sweet, right? So here's how the story begins. I went and I cut on the water valve just like I do every single day. And every single day, the chickens have turned the valve that I have on the disconnect, and the water cuts on. So I'm sitting here trying to cut the water valve off like that, because the chickens, they turn it back on. We turn it off when we leave, but they step on it and it turns back on. So got to remember to set this outside the fence first of all. So I'm sitting here and I'm cleaning out the swimming pool. The swimming pool gets cleaned every single day for Cheese. He makes a mud hole out of it. And we do the best we can for Cheese. We make sure he has food at all times. He has corn. He has clean water to bathe in. But Cheese had it out for me that day. I was trying to get that water cut off with my right hand, water hose in my right hand. All of a sudden, while I've got the swimming pool up, draining it, something grabs a hold of my left hand. You can probably still see the swelling in between my pinky finger and this. It turned black immediately. Totally out of character, right? Cheese has got a hold of my hand. I've got the water in my right hand. My mind couldn't think as to what was happening because it happened so fast. I gotta keep the camera on this big guy because you just don't know what he might do. Meantime, while he's hanging onto my hand, biting it, his wings are flapping as hard as they could up against from the upper part of my thigh to my knees. And a goose is incredibly strong. So he's got a hold of my hand. He's flapping and hitting me as hard as he could. And I was just yelling, "Cheese, what are you doing? Cheese!" There was nobody outside. Jason was finishing up something inside, and I don't know what I thought yelling was going to do, but it didn't do anything. And I could not believe what was happening to me because he's never, ever, ever attempted to be mean or to no indicate whatsoever that he could be aggressive. But here we are, approaching springtime. Those robins said that it's almost here. And Cheese says that it's almost breeding season. Cheese is a male, 100%. He's never laid an egg. He's a male. He's been here 2 years. Never had any problem with Cheese. Cheese attacked me. And I tell y'all what, I called Jason and I said, "You have got to help me," because my legs hurt so bad that I just knew that my hand was broke, first of all, and that I couldn't get out of here. So I went over to the greenhouse and I pulled my pants down, expecting my thighs to be immediately black and blue. And while they felt like they were, they weren't. And I told Jason, I said, "You got to get the eggs." I was cleaning out the pool and this happened, da-da-da. And he said, "Well, from now on, I'll take care of the chickens." Well, that's an easy remedy, isn't it? And I said, "No, sir, you won't." I said, "These are my chickens, and I'm going to take care of them." I needed him to take care of them that day, but I don't need him to come in and do my job because of an animal that we have did something that was totally out of character. Now, I'm not letting my guard down. I know what Cheese is capable of, but I also am not going to rehome him because of something that happened that day. Geese can be aggressive. I know that. I am always on guard when I go in with the flock of 24 that we have over at the pond. I always know that, one of them could get a little bit defensive, but Cheese does not have a mate in here, and Cheese has never shown any aggression towards any of us. But that day changed my life. And my fingers, it's not broke. And my legs, I'm able to walk. But it's a good lesson for me, and it's a good lesson. Some of you guys have reached out to me before and said, "I'm scared of geese." And hey, I get it. Geese have teeth. If you guys didn't know it, geese have a row of teeth on the top and the bottom that look like shark's teeth. Of course, they're not that big, but they're just like little razors. And geese can do damage just without even using their teeth. The force of their beak and the pressure that their wings can gather when flapping them is enough to make anybody scared. And if you're scared of them, I respect that totally. But I'm not going to be scared of Cheese. I'm not going to be scared of him. I'm going to respect Cheese. I'm going to know that was a side of him that I've never seen before, and it's a side of him that I could or could not see again. So I'll be prepared. I'm going to let him know who's boss if the time comes that I feel he has attempted that behavior again. I won't hit him, I won't hurt him, but I am going to let him know that he needs to respect me. And this is his flock, and these are his girls. Animals tend to bond with what they are with, and he is bonded with these girls. I don't know if he sees one of these girls as his mate and was trying to protect them from me. I don't know the reasoning, and I won't know the reasoning. but I just know that I learned a lesson, and it's not gonna happen again. What you hissing for? All right, he's hissing at Holly. Holly's here to help with the chicken. All right, let's see. Let's see, Holly. She got back in on her own, Holly. Holly's a good helper when it comes to getting chickens back in. She doesn't hurt them, she runs them, and that can, oh, I almost left my paddle. That wouldn't have been good. Thanks, Holly, appreciate it, girl. The chicken did all the work, but we're gonna tell you thank you. All right, y'all, so I gathered the eggs, and I had to use the big basket. So y'all take a guess how many eggs you think's in here, and I'll tell you in a minute. I'm gonna leave this paddle thingy right here outside the fence where the charger is, so I can have it when I go to gather eggs. Charger back on. All right, so what'd y'all come up with? Number of eggs collected today. 35. I am very satisfied. My girls have really turned it on, and I tell you, those extra chicks that I bought at the end of the season, some of y'all might have thought I was crazy, but it has definitely come in handy here early spring, I'm gonna call it. The girls have just started laying fantastically, and I'm so glad that I made the decision to get those chicks. Well, I got the 35 eggs cartoned up, and I had a few extras in the milk room, so I had more eggs than hands will allow to carry those cartons to the stand. So on my way home, I'm gonna make a pit stop in with the geese and the emus, because I have what I think is a female goose laying, and in that spot where I thought she was laying, she wasn't there this morning, and I think I saw a lot of eggs. So gonna go in there, and I gotta take my earrings off first. Gonna go in there, and hopefully I won't get attacked by an emu or a goose, and see how many eggs I actually have that a goose has been laying, because I don't want any more baby geese. I don't need any more, I don't want any more, and we're gonna do everything in our power to gather those eggs as they're laid before a goose starts sitting. You know what I'm talking about, Nugget? You know, you have that problem too. Your friend over here, she won't quit laying and you won't quit sitting, so it's the same. What are you doing? What do you see that's so special? I just want to come in here and get some goose eggs. I got my basket. Goodness, son, did you lock the gate? All right, so I got my basket that I used to gather the, this is a different goose. No, maybe she's just eating grass. I think I'm gonna need this basket. From what I could see when I was walking down the road, it looked like a lot of eggs. How many, I don't know, but I can see them from here. We're getting a bit closer, and y'all look at how much the pond has filled up. We really were liking the fact that it had dried up so much, because Mr. Greg wants to do some things to it to potentially stop it from draining so fast. All right, so here we go. This is a pitiful nest she's got going here. A pitiful nest. It's a little indention in the ground. You can see the goose feathers on top of it, but I'm gathering them. So into the basket they go. And we're not eating these. I don't know how long they've been here. I'm gonna just discard these. 4, 6, 9 eggs, Nugget. I got my helper behind me. I don't know what he calls himself doing, but he's curious as a cat when it comes to what's going on. He's an official shoe cleaner, as everybody knows. And I'm just gonna take a gander on the bank since I'm out here and make sure there's no more goose eggs. Well, I sure am glad I decided to come on this hillside, because I see random eggs here, there, and everywhere. Look out here, y'all. Oh my. And I surely don't want to get attacked again. All right, we got, how many here? 1, 2, I need a bigger basket. 3, 4. So that's 9 and 4, that's 13. Here's 1, 14. 14. Oh my goodness. I hear you, biggin. 15, 16. That's a tiny one. 17, y'all look at this basket. All right, here's some more. 18. Nothing else in that one. Here's another one over here. Oh, one rolled out. Look at this one. 19. Oh my gracious. It's a dang good thing I came over here. Goldie, I feel like I was just here. And there's 19 eggs. 19 eggs. Making sure there's no more. They tend to like the open area. Well, they're not happy with me. They're making all kind of hissing sounds and honking sounds, and they didn't come after me. I did have my guard emu with me, Nugget. He would not have allowed anything to happen to his mother. I can tell you that. He's my, I know it's say Bandit and Rocky are my security, but Nugget's got them beat. I hate to say it. Nugget's the sheriff, and you can't get much better than the sheriff. I'm taking my time going down this hillside with a basket full of 19 goose eggs. And this is just the beginning, y'all. I just looked on that hillside. But when you have as many geese as we do, I don't even know if y'all can see all of them, but there's 24 out here, bound to lay a lot of eggs. So, yeah, 19 goose eggs it is. And I don't want to be attacked again. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you will have your guard on when you are faced with a goose of any kind. Friendly or not, they're animals, and animals are always wild. So just know that, and I'm not blaming him. I'm glad my finger wasn't broke. Glad my finger wasn't broken. I'm glad my legs were able to function. Right, buddy? Give everybody some loving today. That's right. Nugget loves y'all. Y'all be good.